Hello everyone, welcome to this course Programming with MATLAB and experiment number 6. So now we will study basically about how we will handle the functions of plots in the MATLAB. Okay. So the objective of this experiment shall be handling the functions in the MATLAB of plot. Okay. Just wait. Yeah. So obviously the objective of this experiment will be for plotting functions and vector plots. Okay. And the apparatus required, as I told you, in all the experiments related to this programming with MATLAB, we have two apparatus required, that is computer and a MATLAB software. A computer should have a 4 GB RAM. Okay. So let's see some theory about plotting functions. So MATLAB environment offers a variety of data plotting functions. So there are variety of data plotting functions available in the MATLAB. That can be a histogram or a pie chart or a straight line or so on. So a figure is a MATLAB window that contains graphical displays, usually data plots. So whenever you execute the command of data plot, usually a .fig file is created or a figure file is created that has graphical displays, usually data plots. You create figures explicitly with the figure function and implicitly whenever you plot the graphics that no figure is active. So by default, figure windows are resizable and include pull down menus and toolbars. So it has a big toolbar where you can format your figure, that we will see while doing the experiment. So a plot is any graphical display that you can create in a figure window. Okay. So plot can display tabular data, geometric object, surface and image objects, annotations such as titles, legends, color bars. Okay, that all the things you can perform in a plots. Okay, you can give the title to the plot, you can label both the axes, you can give the color to the color to the plot, and then also give the legend that what it represents. Okay, we'll see while performing the experiment. So figure can contain any number of plots. Okay, each plot is created within a 2D or a 3D data space called an axis. Okay, so you can explicitly create axis with axis or subplot functions. Okay, so plot x comma y plots y versus y vector x. If x or y is a matrix, then the vector is plotted versus the rows or columns of the matrix, whichever line up. So here we discuss about 2D plots only. Okay, we'll not discuss 3D plots over here. So what would be the procedure for the above experiment? First of all, open matlab.exe in your laptop or PC, enter the two vectors which you want to plot the graph between, label both the axes using the particular command, specify the limits and give the title. Okay, so let's do the experiment. So first of all, we will open the matlab.exe, which is already opened here. Okay, so what we will do is we create one new script file. Okay, let's create new script file and comment it your first plot. Okay, so let's take the vector x is equal to 15 is to 7 is to 64. Okay, so it will create the vector from 15 to 64 with an increment of 7. Okay, so we will suppress this output using the semicolon. Okay, suppressing the output means if we use semicolon, we won't be able to see the output of this in the command window. Okay, that is what x contains. Okay, if you don't use semicolon, the numbers from 15 to 64 will be printed with the increment of 7. Okay, so similarly we will take a y vector y is equal to 31 is to minus 2 is to 17 semicolon. Suppress this output also. Okay, now we'll plot x comma y comma. Now suppose you want the line to be blue, so the code for blue is B. Okay, and now if you want your graph to not to be a line, it to be some triangles, so for that use this sign. Okay, call this sign as caret. Okay, okay. So now what we'll do, we have two axes, a horizontal axis and a vertical axis will be created after this command. Okay, so we need to specify the limits. If we need to specify the limits, what will be the limits of the horizontal axis and what will be the limits of vertical axis, then we use the command axis followed by the two vectors. Okay, the limit of horizontal, that is minimum, and maximum limits of horizontal is denoted by this, and of the vertical is denoted by 12 and 40. Okay, so these are the axes. Okay, now if you want to label, just type x label for the x-axis. Okay, just label it as seconds. Okay, and y label, just label it as, let's say, meters. Okay, and if you want to give some title, you use the command title and let's say some position change is your title. Okay, so what we would expect? We would expect a graph between x and y. Okay, where x is labeled as second, y is labeled as meters, and it has a title of position change, and the limits of x-axis is from 12 to 70 and y-axis is 12 to 40, and it is a blue line. Okay, so let's see whether we will get this thing or not. First, what we'll do, we'll save the program. Okay, save the document. Just name it as our first page, FF. Okay, we have named it as FF. Let's close this window, or you can run from here. Either way it will do. Okay, so either you can run from here or just close this window and call the function. Okay, let's do that. Let's call out the function. So it is creating. Okay, so you can see blue triangles. Okay, and the axis we have defined as seconds, meters, and position change. Okay, you can close it. Now let's again open this. Let's use it as FFL. Okay, now suppose if you want instead of y here you have entered as vector. If you want to enter this as equation, then also you can do it. Suppose you want to write sqrt square root of x plus 8. Okay, and save the command, save the program. This window, let's again type F8. So now it has plotted the equation. Okay, so this was one type of graph. Let's see another. Okay, let's see one more example wherein let's open a sketch. Okay, so also remember there is a command called CLF that will clear the figure. If in figure, if you have to open the figure, if anything is there in the figure, it will clear off the figure. It is same as like telling CLC. CLC will clear the whole window and CLF will clear the figure. Okay, so now let's suppose we are entering the data of some shopping mall you are going to, and you are entering some data. Okay, so there is an ID for certain amount of ID is there, and sales there. The certain amount of product has some ID and it has the number of sales in thousands. Okay, so let's say ID, let's define a variable ID is equal to 147 is to 150. Here also we will suppress the output, then sales is equal to 41 503 541 398. Okay, now if you want bar chart of this, okay, so we'll use the command bar bracket ID comma sales. Okay, then let's give the title. Title will be sales by the store. Sales by the store. Okay, okay, then X label is ID and Y label is sales in thousands. Thousands. Okay, okay, let's save this. Let's say saving documents. The name is it is about sales. Let's save it as sales. Okay, okay, now let's execute. Let's run this program. We are getting a bar chart. Okay, so x-axis we have ID, y-axis we have sales in thousands, and the title is sales by the stores. So this was what we want to achieve. Okay, so now suppose you want a vertical bar chart, okay, or a histogram. So what you will do, after bar just type H and all of the program will be same. Okay, let's comment it out everything by using %. Okay, let's just first copy this whole program, Control C, and then comment. You just comment it out by typing % before it. %. percent, percent. Okay. Okay. And just paste the whole program and just type in bar h. Okay. Now again save the program. Okay. Now run the program and convert x label as y label and y label as x label. Okay. Save. Then run the program. Okay. So we are getting this graph. Okay. Vertically you can see. Okay. Now suppose if you want both of these graph on a single sheet only. Okay. You have seen them individually. Now if you want to plot in the single one, so then we use the command subplot. So let us use that command. Okay. Subplot. So for that just comment out this. Okay. So after CLF just type subplot. So what is the syntax for subplot is? First of all 2 1 1. So what does 2 represent is the position, horizontal position. How many horizontal positions are there? Okay. So that 2 represent is there are 2 horizontal positions. Okay. We are trying to get 2 graphs on a single sheet of paper. So we need a 2 horizontal position and 1 vertical. Okay. And the first, we're talking about the first graph. Okay. So that will be subplot 2 comma 1 comma 1. Okay. Then after finishing this, just type in here subplot 2 comma 1 comma 2. Okay. So let's save this and try to run it. Let's see our output. So we are seeing both of the graph have come in the single graph. Okay. So this was the usage of subplot. Okay. If you want to have 3 graphs, then use subplot 3 comma 1 comma 1, then 3 comma 1 comma 2, 3 comma 1 comma 3. Okay. So this way you have to use it. Okay. Now we'll see how do we format. Okay. Now we have seen like how various graphs are available, how we can get them. Now if you want to do further formatting of these things. Okay. So let's take a simple graph. Okay. Simple line graph we'll take and then do the formatting. Okay. Okay. So let us close the script. CLC, CLF. Let us clear the figure. Let's put one variable x is equal to 1 2 3 6. Okay. Semicolon. Y is equal to 4 6 4 5 6 and 7. Okay. Semicolon. Plot x comma y. We'll have a simple graph. Okay. So now go to the edit option, then go to figure properties. Okay. So now here you can just click on the figure. If you want your figure should have grid, then just right click and just see the option of grid. Okay. So now you can see grid lines are also there in your graph. Now if you want to make this line width to be more visible when you are using in your documentation, because if you copy from this, nothing will be visible in your Microsoft Word. So what you usually do is we just increase the width of this. Okay, now if you want to see label the x-axis, so you have option beneath this: x-axis, y-axis, z-axis, and font. So let's label the x-axis as time, okay, and y-axis as velocity, okay, and let's give the title as speed versus velocity. Okay, now you have labeled it. You can also increase the size. Suppose if you want to have 16 size, okay, you can make it bold. Okay, you can change the color also. Okay, if you want to, let's say you want to give pink color, okay, you can change the font from here. Okay, right. Similarly, the other axis also you can do it. 16, let's say 16 of this. Okay, so this you have done it. Okay, so now if you want to show that what this blue line represent in the graph, okay, so because here it is only single graph, okay, so if there are two representations over here, then how will you identify? Okay, let's do it. Let's make it. For that, use the command hold on. Okay, and let's see some different vectors. Let's say Z. Let's give the 4, 9, 5, or 6. Okay, then say J is equal to 6, 9, 8, 5. Okay, plot Z comma J. Okay, now let's observe. We will observe two graphs again. Okay, so now you have two graphs. Okay, now if you want to differentiate between these two, that which one represent what, which one represent what, then you can use this legend. Okay, just see this thing, insert legend. Okay, so we have data 1 and data 2. So whatever it represents in your problem, you can accordingly add it. Okay, let's say speed 1, and let's say this as speed 2. Okay, so this is how you can do the formatting. Now if you want to copy this figure, okay, you just go to file, okay, now go to edit and copy figure. Okay, and then you can open up any Word file. Let's say we have opened up this Word file. Okay, and you want to copy the figure, so just press Ctrl V. Okay, you can see it is come to the Word file. Okay, so this has shown that how we can copy the figure, and if you want to print the figure, you can print it from here over here. Okay, all right. Now one more thing is there, like if you have directly, if you are very lazy to understand that what are commands I should use to label the axis, to like giving the title, giving the legend. Okay, for that, if you don't want to use command, so directly just open the plot, then just do the formatting. And for documentation that you might need command for the documentation, just you can do it. What, just go to So show code, just right click and say just show code. Okay, so it will create all the code that is there. Okay, so you need not memorize the code. If you forget the code, you can just do the formatting and just right click and say show code. It will show the code. Okay, okay, that's it. It was your plot. Okay. Okay. The precaution is try not to touch the power button or restart button of CPU. Keep on saving the program file so that it can be used further. Thank you very much.